to show up here with no warning. What's the problem? Did something happen?
Yes.
This is a movie that's about depression, but it isn't just about that. It doesn't really identify the cause of it. It is just a part of the character's life. Tell me a little bit about how you arrived at that decision to simply have it be and not try and explain it.
That was something very important to me. It's true that that's the story of a young adolescent, 17 years old, Nicholas, who is going through a difficult moment. We don't know exactly what it is. It looks like depression, but what was so important to me was to never explore the why. And I think that's because I think that's how it is in reality, with mental health issues. You cannot just say this is because of this event, and that's why guilt is not the right answer to such a situation. And so I wanted to, there are so many layers, psychological, biological, so I think it would be too simplistic. How do you say that?
Simplistic.
Simplistic.
Yeah.
To say that's the reason why. So I wanted to keep that mystery, and to face the cause very in a straightforward way, because I think there's a lot of ignorance and a lot of shame about these issues, and I really wanted through that film to open a conversation about these people that are in pain, and there are so many around us, and they need us. They need us not to judge them, but to care for them and to embrace them.
Well, Laura, let's talk about Kate, because she's really vulnerable in this situation, in the situation with her son, with her ex-husband, and he is trying to find rational explanations about why things are happening. But I didn't feel like you were sort of open to the situation in a way that was really interesting. And then I found this quote from you where you say, "A vulnerable woman is the greatest superpower." What do you mean by that?
It was interesting because, we've been talking about the film as we've been exploring it and discovering it since the moment, as actors, we read the gift of this screenplay. But a journalist, as we're just talking about it, said to me, "You usually play strong characters, very strong women, and now you're playing this very vulnerable woman. What was that like, since it's so different?" And that's when I said that, because to me, the willingness to be vulnerable, it honestly makes me want to cry, because that restaurant scene means so much to me, because it's just the most beautifully written scene I've ever read. And what is more powerful than a woman who could look in the eyes of a man that's the story of lost love and of him choosing someone else and going on to live a new life, that she would let him know how much she had loved him, which in a way is such a gift to him, and also a longing to heal and reconnect so that they can parent this child together. But that's such a superpower. Most women would need to stay in maybe the blame or the shame of a heartbreak. But first and only, she is a mother. And as a mother, she will be in whatever truth she needs to care for her child, including facing heartbreak and letting someone know she was loved, to kind of dissipate the hurt or his guilt, because it's his guilt that makes him perhaps say that, be like this to her. Mm-hmm. So in a way, she's giving him the gift of letting go of his guilt toward her so they can align. I'm just so moved by her. I mean, it's his gift that I got to receive and discover and explore with Florian.
I'm moved by her too, thanks to you, really.